to the kitchen with Jess. Today we're going to discuss knife skills. So in culinary school, that was the first thing that we went through, and it can really make or break the recipe as far as time and efficiency. So first thing, you want a good quality chef knife. This one has some nice weight to it, a weight in the handle, which is important. And I also love these ceramic knives because they are always sharp. You got to really watch out for your fingers. All right, first things first. So you want a nice, either heavy duty cutting board with some good weight, or you have to secure your cutting board by putting a wet paper towel or a damp rag underneath so that it's not moving around. Second thing, how you hold the knife. So you want to never hold it at the end, and you also want to have a nice firm grip. So I'm going to take my thumb and first finger right there on the blade of the knife, and then wrap my fingers around. So you know that I have a nice secure handle on the knife. What does this hand do? All right, so you're going to make a claw grip, curling my fingers around so that when I adjust the edge or the side of the knife, that it's going to keep all of these other fingers safe so that I can use a nice rocking motion and the rest of my hand is safe. So again, curling the fingers, edge of the knife, and then that nice rocking motion. All right, so before we go over the different cuts, it's important how you manipulate the knife. You don't want to just press down because you're not going to get a nice secure cut or even have even cuts. So it's important, again, we have the claw grip. You'll place the tip of the knife down, and then with a rocking motion, you notice I've got a little pressure on my knuckles, and I'm just able to keep contact with the knife and the item that I'm cutting. So cutting an onion, you're often asked to cut an onion in a dice. So most important thing is you're going to keep this root intact. You think of it as the glue that's going to hold the onion together. So I'm going to cut the onion in half. I like to trim off this end and then peel the onion so that you have a nice clean layer. So from there, using that claw grip again, I'm going to make little slices as close as I can to that root end of the onion, all the way to the end. And then at an angle, I'm going to make 2 or 3 angled cuts on the onion, depending on how large I want the dice. From there, again, claw grip, place the edge of my knife down with that rocking motion, making that nice, beautiful dice. So this would be considered probably a small dice. Next, we're going to go through a mince, which is typical of garlic and sometimes fine herbs. So I'm back to using my heavy knife. You never want to smash a garlic clove with a ceramic knife. You'll break it. So I'm going to place the flat edge of my knife down on the garlic, and with the heel of my hand, give it a little smash, which allows that outer layer, that peel, to come off really easily. Then I'm just going to remove the root end of the garlic, and I'm going to start to make tiny cuts one way and then the other, using that same rocking motion. And then I'm going to continue as I manipulate and move the blade of the knife in different directions, just to continue to chop it up smaller and smaller. So the finer the cut, the more flavor you're going to get in your dish. So now I'm going to show you how to cut an object that's round, like a potato. All right, so you want to start with a flat end. So I'm going to cut off just a small little piece so that I have a nice stable end to work with. From there, we're going to work into a dice. So I'm going to make equal, about 1/2 inch cuts. So I'm going to do a large dice of the potato. Then I want to make like another 1/2 inch cuts on the potato here. And again, working that same 1/2 inch cut, finding a nice large dice of the potato. Next, I want to show you an oblique cut, which is great if you're roasting vegetables. I've got a carrot here, it can be done with cucumber or zucchini. It's really not a very often used cut, but I think it looks really nice. It's also great for salads with fresh vegetables. So really I'm just gonna cut a little angle here on the end, and then I'm going to turn the carrot to give me that same kind of angled cut. If you notice, I'm just turning the carrot over, putting my knife right where that angle would be, giving me nice, even, oblique cuts that are really beautiful for roasting or for salads. Look at that. And then here we're going to show a chiffonade, which is a fancy term, but it's often used with herbs, fresh herbs such as basil. So you notice I'm going to stack the leaves here, and then I'm going to roll them into a nice tight little cigar shape. Starting at the edge, I'm going to make nice, easy cuts. You notice you've got nice, tight little ribbons, which are great for presentation and to use in recipes.